Hey, I'm back. So I was trying to figure out how to do this whole watch time thing and blah blah blah. 'Cause Lord knows I ain't got the patience, time, energy for all this craziness. Um, and I don't want to focus on numbers and stuff. So this is the best way to do it. Hey, what's up? It's Danaya, Azure, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat. Danaya, Azure, that's Danaye, E-Z-U-R-E, like the Facebook page, facebook.com/, Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/, KFS Entertainment, facebook.com/, Danaya Azure Radio, and all those links are below. And of course, if you want to follow the story, you can go ahead and go to the bit.ly link in my description, and you can grab your jewelry there. Or message me on Facebook, Instagram. My email might be in there somewhere. Yeah. But anywho, what up, Super ATM? How are you? What what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna do a story time because I'm writing an audiobook. Hey, Felicia Fee, I'm writing an audiobook and I don't feel like writing it, so I'm gonna just do the stuff on YouTube and transcribe it. Yay! So, Felicia V, what's good? It's good, Super ATM. How are you? So what's gonna happen? So I'm gonna start. I don't know if it's gonna be chapter 1 or prologue or whatever, but I'm gonna do this as a quick story about the very first time that I experienced racism as a kid. Happy Sunday, Mama. How are you? I didn't even know it, which is the worst part, because apparently I was like 2. I'm upset. I'm gonna do. Actually, not take that back. I'm gonna do the 2 stories. The very first time that I heard about one, and then the second one is gonna be actually the one that I experienced, which is crazy. Because I was between 2 and 6 when both of these incidents happened. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes I get like really excited. It just depends on what I'm talking about and what I'm doing and all of that stuff. But yeah, I know I definitely have to slow it down, so I have to transcribe this. And so that means that the computer has to pick everything up. So to be really, really careful about how I speak. Otherwise, it'll be a whole bunch of craziness. It'll be a whole bunch of question marks. I'll be like, really? That's what happened now? That's what we done did? This is what we thought was okay? Anywho, so the first story happened when we were going to like a playtime. I was 2 years old, and the church had this event where they had families come and play. They have the community families come in and play with the toys, and network with the kids around them. Like typical stuff. You go to a play lot, you go have some fun with some kids and all of that, and you network and you build relationships. And this was the whole great, fabulous plan, right? So apparently everything was all good until we walked in the room. My mom's told me that so we had gone over there, whatever. I'm gonna go make some new friends and all that stuff. That was the goal. Now, mind you, again, I'm 2 when this happened. I think the event was on like the 3rd floor of the church. She comes in, 2. So it's funny. So I'm 35 now. This is an incident that I was told about. I don't remember this specific incident. I remember the other ones, just not this one. Mom told me this on multiple occasions. That's why I remember it. And basically, she was saying is that we came in the room. They were going to they're about to have snack time. We come in the room. The lady goes in the back. Now, mind you, let's do some context first. So the area that I grew up is predominantly, at the time, was predominantly Caucasian. By the time I left, it was predominantly Hispanic, but at the time it was predominantly Caucasian. And we were in Rogers Park. Now, mind you, Chicago is a As told by Azure, Josh, rest in peace. Yes. As told by my mom. I meant to get some of this stuff on tape before she passed, but que sera, sera. So what was so crazy was that we had I'm sorry. So she had came came into the space, and there's this misconception that Chicago is this incredibly diverse area and all of that, and which is true. But at the same token, as diverse it is, it's incredibly segregated. So what that means is you have Latinos in a certain area, African Americans in a certain areas, and Caucasians in a certain area. And the area that I'm in now is a lot more diverse because we're literally all in the same block and they all stuck up. But I'll get into that later. It's a whole bunch of nationalities, but they all stuck up. Like, it don't matter what nationality, they all crazy and stuck up, and we kind of all stayed with ourselves. So weirdest community I've ever lived in. It's really, really odd. But anywho, so we came into, they were chilling. There was a gang of kids apparently, and they came in. The person who was directing it said, I'm gonna go get some snacks for the kids. And when she came back into the room, half the kids were gone. At the time, all of the kids there were Caucasian. So none of those white mothers wanted their Caucasian children to play with the Black child. Mom said it was funny because I didn't even notice, didn't even care, because all I saw was more toys and more snacks. I didn't realize that everyone had left because I came in the room. I think about that story first because I just don't understand how these parents can teach their children to be like that. I've never understood how people can be that way, right? So what makes you decide to pull your child away simply because of the color of their skin? They knew nothing about me. They didn't know that I was really, really respectful and of people and was raised in an area was predominantly white, so I'm used to this any freaking way. A child is just ready to play. We're in diverse segregation, child. We are definitely in a diverse segregation now. Now it's worse because at least at the time we didn't have the person in the White House that was so blatant about their racism. At least they tried to kind of hide it. The unknown. It's all about the fear of the unknown. Absolutely, and that's what it was. But it's just sad because now it's even worse now with a lot of the what's going on, because these little kids are looking and they're seeing that 45 is up here saying whatever he wants to, and he's in the White House, so he's spewing all this hate, and so now all of these kids are thinking this is okay and this is normal, and absolutely is not by any means. None of this is normal, but to them it's the new norm. I will never think, oh, this is fine. It's okay. This is what we do. No, this is never okay. This is not cool. This is not fun. This is a pain in the butt. This makes no sense. And I think a lot of people don't realize how painful it is to be a child that's like 3 and 4 years old. Because I'm hearing stories now of kids that are 3 and 4 years old and being told by children flat out, I can't play with you because you're too dark. I can't play with you because you're black. These are the kids speaking this out of their mouths now. At least I didn't know when I was, but these new kids are actually learning. They're hearing this from children. because that's what their parents are teaching them so young. They're teaching them to hate so young now. It's crazy. It is insane. They're teaching them to hate so young now. And for what? What is it going to accomplish? Because your child has to go into the real world and they're going to see people that don't look like them. And that's the issue. And people don't, girl. My cousin, my God, oh shoot. I think his niece, I think his daughter is 6, I want to say. And he had to go up to the school because the little white kids talking about something, they don't want to play with her because she's black. Like, really? And now, mind you, this is his only daughter, so we lucky he's not in jail right now, because he show is one of them that was gonna go all the way off because somebody talks about his princess. Yes, and they're being flat out, very direct. They're just saying, like, well, I can't play with you because you don't look like me. Like, that's really what it is. But this is what's going on in real life. It's crazy, G. Like, it's absolutely insanity. I would never understand it. Never. The second instance that I had when it came to racism that I experienced and remember so vividly. So, mind you, from the age of 3 to 6, I was girl. I don't even understand. I don't get it. So from age of 3 to 6, I was going to the Y heavy. I was taking swimming classes. There actually was like a program there that was like a Head Start program. And so we were taking swimming classes at that. So at this point, like I said, I'm 6 years old. I've been swimming for 3 years. So I know how to swim at this point. So we go to one of the suburbs in Chicago because Mom was a belly dancer and we did shows around the state and around the country. And so we had gone out to the suburbs and the show was going to be late. So we decided to stay at the hotel there. We're sitting there chilling in the pool. I'm swimming because, again, at this point I know how to swim. The little white girl comes in and says, and I quote, now, mind you, I'm 6 at the time. I didn't know black folks could swim. My face dropped because I was like, I'm sorry, what? Because I'm not really understanding exactly what it is. I'm just understanding that, like, this is weird because I know that I'm like, I just came from swimming class. Like, I should know how to do this. Like, what do you mean? I didn't realize at the time that, I know her parents' reaction was crazy. I told my parents were just like, what the hell? But her parents' reaction was like, oh shit, well, damn. They felt stupid because they knew they taught her that mess. My parents were just like, seriously? Did she really just say that? And so at the time, I didn't really get it. I got it when I was 9. But no, I take that back. I got it. I didn't get it so much when I was 6, but I got it like a couple years later. Learned behavior. Absolutely. And that's what it was, and that's the sad part about it, because there was no reason for it. There was no reason for it at all, and I think what was crazy for me, and I hope that from that she learned that's not what you say to people. And I hope that her parents thought about what they said around her, because that's exactly what it was. I think they didn't seem like they were mean people. They were just kind of taken aback, like, oh, damn, she wasn't supposed to say that in public, kind of deal. But she was a kid, asking questions, just heard something. It doesn't change the fact that we were talking or whatever, but it was just weird. It was just a weird question. A very weird question. Now, the first school incident that I had when it came to racism, Lord have mercy. The very first incident was when I was 8, I want to say. Yeah, I was 8, and it was Thanksgiving time. And I had asked my teacher if I could draw a black pilgrim. And my teacher proceeded to tell me that black pilgrims didn't exist. And so, now mind you, at this point, my mom was super heavy about making sure that I had black dolls and that I played with my black dolls equally as much as I played with my white dolls. Like, she was adamant about this. Like, she was like, no, you have to play with your black dolls just as much as play with your white dolls, because your black doll look like you, and I had to make sure that you see yourself within your toys. Which I didn't. I kind of got it, but I didn't, because my biggest thing was that it was easier to play with the white doll's hair because her hair was easier to comb, and that's all I was thinking about. And I wasn't thinking about this representation of me. It was more like, her hair is easier to comb. Okay, cool, or whatever. Oh man, because back then, y'all know Chrissy's hair was hard and like really curly and just really difficult, and you're breaking brushes, and you're like, well, Barbie, just you take the brush, you push it through, you're done. You know. So I had to kind of get over that, but I still wanted to, everything that I did, I want to make a black version. So I was told that there were no black pilgrims. Now, mind you, we all know that the black folks during the Mayflower, some were over here, but the ones that came over here on the Mayflower were on the bottom of the ship. So imagine having to start to explain slavery to an 8-year-old. She didn't give me the full breakdown, but it was enough that pissed her off that she even had to have that conversation with me at that young age. And it was so crazy because there was no reason. There was literally, all she had to do was let me draw just color in my damn pilgrim, and this would have avoided this whole conversation. But she had to be right, and she had to do something, because she was just a horrible art teacher, because all she did was put all of us down if we weren't like amazing artists, which was insanity. I wish I could see her now and be like, hey, like, what are you doing? So kind of, featured on multiple featured on multiple television shows, a couple movies, whatever, having jewelry seen all over the world, but I'm not creative though, right? Like, I didn't know how to do any kind of art, but you can kind of Google my name and see my stuff everywhere now. Yeah. I'm not petty, I'm just saying. Had I listened to her, I wouldn't have pursued anything that I'm doing now, because I would have thought that I had no creativity, because that's what she said. My mom was very, very adamant about saying, what are you talking about? You are an artist. Like, forget her. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She's not even building an artist. She's cultivating what's already there. The people that are sitting there and doing and thriving already knew how to do art before she came. She's just giving them a platform to do it and taking credit for that. In her face, absolutely, in her face, for real. So you can Google my name, goddammit, okay, and see the work that I've done and who I've worked with around the world. Thank you. And that's not even a brag. That's just facts. And I did that in spite of what I was taught by my art teacher, because she would be in shock if she saw me now. It was so dope. That actually saw one of my, hey Deanna, how are you? I actually, what's so dope is that one of my high school teachers, her daughter is going to be in the suicide prevention anti-bullying fashion show that I'm working with actually, oh my God, in 2 weeks. So I'm super, super excited about that. And so and she's seen me at my highs and my lows. And so to have her there is going to be so, so dope, because the show is the day before my birthday. So that's going to be it's going to be a really, really great show, because we have designers coming in from around the world. We have 2 designers coming in from overseas, and then we have 23 designers from Chicago or from around the country. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope to kind of be able to see all the people, to see someone that's just known me for that long, to see what I'm doing now, and to see that like I'm on the board of the organization and all of that. Like I was actually giving a speech. I gave a speech when we have our rehearsals and all that, and for her to see that now compared to what I was doing back then is just super, super dope. Thank you. It is. It will be. It will be. I'm blessed to have to be able to be working on this project and to know that I'm part of something that's saving lives. And it's not like, oh, we're just saying that. That's legit what the organization is about, is saving lives. The suicide prevention, anti-bullying organization that has literally helped people around the world to want to keep going when they think that they have nothing left. The amount of calls that we have gotten from people, and I promise you, it's I won't say the name, but it's mind-boggling. I cannot stress enough when someone calls you and if you think that there is something wrong, pick up that phone. Pick up that phone. I don't care what you're doing. Put something down, because if you don't, you will regret it. I've had 2 people specifically that have said, and I quote, had I not picked up that phone, they might not be here, because they were ready to be done. So to know that I was there at the right time to help to encourage someone to want to stay, to go on and press on and do dope things, is the best feeling in the world. To know that I'm a part of an organization that does nothing but encourages and supports people, no matter their size, their income, their ethnicity, their sexuality. That is such an amazing blessing to be a part of that kind of thing. That's why I said in my last live stream that it felt like I was kind of rambling, but the main thing I said was quality over quantity. You can do things, you can have 1,000 people there, but if they're not paying attention, what's the point? But I can direct you to 2 or 3 people that will say, for me personally, this girl helped save my life. That means more to me than anything. That's legit. That's why I don't understand. Like, and these are people, and some of these are people just through social media, just through watching a post, like, and quality and integrity, absolutely. Because I think a lot of people kind of get caught up in all of the wrong things when it comes to social media, and I try to stay away from that as much as I can, because people are so focused on the numbers that they can't not do the quality content. That's the problem with social media, is that they will sit up there and they focus on getting the clicks and the views, but they're not working on their quality content. And then they're trying to figure out why they're not growing for real. Because you can't show that to anyone. You can't show somebody, like I have watching my clients, I was like, hey, you gotta take this part down, because I can't show future clients that I'm working with you if you have this on here. You gotta check that, because I want to show people that we're doing stuff, but we can't. But if this is here, this is going to hinder what I've set up in terms of the networking, in terms of growing, in terms of getting the bigger names and all that. That can't happen if you got some ratchet on there. It just doesn't work. It just does not work. Thank you, Deanna. You're so awesome. Like, everybody in this live stream that dropped in, I truly appreciate all of y'all. And I'm gonna grab my shirt very soon. Just gotta figure out what color that I want. I think I like that teal, but I definitely want to get my hoodie. I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna grab it for my birthday / Christmas or whatever, and I will be doing a live stream. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I might be doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm actually showcasing the jewelry, so I'll make sure to stay tuned and like schedule it and all of that, and let you guys know about that. Oh, thank you. And I think and it's too funny too, because when it comes to just the way that I was raised, and everyone always asks me, how did you get into the jewelry? How did I get into this? How did I get into that? And it was so funny because last week, actually, my girl Sherry Gerhardt did this amazing fashion show called Model Icon, and this is her brand, and it's all about inclusion of different nationalities, heights, sizes, sexualities. Everything that you can be discriminated against in the fashion world, she doesn't discriminate against. Like, that's the dopest part about it. So we had so many amazing, and I put a couple of videos on here just to give you guys a glimpse of the diversity, the beautiful diversity we had for our models. When I get the full video up of the show, I'll definitely post it here as well. It's probably about, I think our set was like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't be too long, because we only had like 20 models or something. But it was dope. It was really, really dope. We had such an amazing amount of people that came out. It was a full house. Like, that's the best part about it. This was a full house. And the fact that it was a full house made it so much easier to just say, this was awesome. Because this is a small show. We didn't know how many people would be there. And it showed. I think the cool thing was it showed Sherry that she could do this without it having to be connected to LLC. Because that was the biggest thing, is to make sure that people understand these are two different entities. And it helps her to see that you can stand and have a dope for-profit that supports designers and models on its own. It shows that's your name, not just organization. That's your name directly is what people are flocking to. Your name is the reason people are here, because they know that you put on a quality event. And that was fun. And we just had a great time. And it was super awesome to be able to look out and see so many diverse models from around the country that came in to support a brand new venture. Shout out to Sherry Gerhardt and the entire Model Icon team, because that show was off the chain. And it was a blessing to be a part of it, to be there making history. So when that shows the shows in Milan and Paris and in Canada and Italy. I said Milan already, sorry. I meant to say Germany. In Germany, that's when I can say I was there for the very first one. And it's important to be able to say that I was there and I supported them when they were there. They were starting out. I have several people that I've showcased in HFL that I connected with years ago and just watched their career. HFL Magazine is the magazine that I work with. It supports independent artists and businesses. It also showcases celebrities as well. But the dope part about my portion of it is that I've met artists like years ago and still supported them. And so when they actually were on The Voice or were in a big movie or on a huge commercial, I could go back and be like, hey, I got this magazine I'm working with. Would love to have you on the cover. And there was no question. It was literally send over the paperwork. When can we get this done? What time do you need an interview? Like that right there is what makes networking work. Like that's what networking is. That's what building relationships is all about. When you can sit up there and you can go to someone and you can say, hey, I need you to come out and do XYZ. Good afternoon. Hello, NC Tech. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. Yes. So that's what's dope about it. Like I was able to go to them and be like, hey, what are we doing? Blah blah blah. I see you're doing dope stuff. We'll love to interview you. And it literally was a question of when and where. Not come talk to my publicist. Let's figure this out. No, occasionally we'll actually take that back. With Sandy Red, I had to go through. I had to go through the publicist and through NBC, but that was dope. That was really dope because now NBC knows what we're doing. NBC The Voice, knows what we're doing because they were tagged and everything, and we can say that we're connected to them on two different levels between Sandy Red and a couple other different artists. Like that's the dopest part about it. Like when you can say that NBC knows who you are, because Danaya is actually one of the guys that's actually the gentleman that's on the cover currently. When I say his vocals are off the chain, I mean my goodness, his vocals are amazing, and I met him because he performed at Bronzeville Nights. Shout out to Bronzeville Nights; they always got the dopest artists out there. Like the artist was just off the chain. And so we were at Bronzeville Nights and I saw him. I didn't know who he was. All I knew was I heard his voice. I was like, man, that DJ is dope. And I look around and this is vocals and I'm like, well, damn. And so I connected with him and it was so cool because like I found out he had been on The Voice and he had been on John Legend's team and all of that. But what was dope was that I was like, okay, I'm going to send over the questions. I sent over the questions. I got them back 2 days later. He was hungry. He was ready. I think a lot of these newer artists don't understand the importance of getting things done and getting things done quickly. Because you never know what opportunity that can bring you. You never know how you can thrive from that. But people don't realize that. So they don't really put their focus into that, right? As they should. For whatever reason. I'll never understand it. Because I put my 100% into everything that I do. whether I'm dancing or singing or making jewelry or whatever, hosting a show, I put my 100% into everything that I do. So all those people that don't get that, Mm-mm-mm. All the people that don't really get that, I will never understand it. I will never understand why people are so focused on just doing something rather than doing something well and doing something with pride and doing something that is going to help you for real, for real. Maybe I was just built different, I guess. I don't know. And that's all it is. But when you're built to want to do things to your best ability, when it comes to art, when it comes to speaking, when it comes to design, you just look for different things. You look for a different vibe. You look for different energy. Like I said, you just we just build different. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't think about that. They don't think about the energy that they give off simply by being negative. And I'm like, I don't get that shit. I don't. I would never understand it. It will never. I would never just be like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's be stupid and evil. For what? What's the point? It's like, yep, that's how you get the clicks and views by lying and cheating and stealing. That works out perfectly. You know what's funny is that I've never really been into numbers when it comes to stuff like that. It's because, especially when it comes to live streaming for me, because I'm just like, one, I like it when I have smaller numbers because you're able to really focus on who's in the chat, and two, um, you can kind of say whatever and it doesn't matter. For real, for real. Because most people aren't going to listen to the whole thing. So it's like, oh, all right. I mean, the whole purpose of this thing was to get some stuff for my audiobook, which is what basically. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it because I think I'm going to transcribe it, but then I still need to have a portion of course that I can pull so that I can have the actual audiobook. I have to figure out if I'm going to release it as an audiobook or if I'm just going to transcribe everything or do both. But I think I want to just do it as an audiobook first, see how that goes, and then get into the actual written portion. So I'm going to stay on here for an hour just to get this watch time, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what YouTube wants for whatever reason. Don't understand it. It drives me nuts. It's the only way I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, whatever. I don't really care. I don't know. I think for me, I gotta have a different view of this whole YouTube thing anyways. Because for me, it's more of the fact of I want a community feed. But it's not about the numbers at all. I just want the damn community feed. It'd be great to, hey, what's up? It'd be great to have 10,000 people or whatever. But I'm so about quality. You can't be friends with 10,000 people. You just can't. You can't entertain 10,000 people like that. You just can't. You can't actually focus on them and really get to know your subscribers once you get that big. You're just not, period. You're not. There's no possible way. So if I can get to the thousands, I need to get to, and then just from there, do what I need to do so I can get my clients up to 1,000 each and get their watch hours up and all that, That'll work for me. That'll work for me, 1,000, 1,500. But then I'm so steady getting my clients to that number. I'm not going to stop, of course. I'm just going to, because once I get to my 1,000, I can start going live other places. Actually start using my thing on mobile, which is going to be great because I can actually move around the way I do and show y'all what I'm doing outside of just little clips. Y'all can actually be there and watch me do a production shoot, watch me do an event in Vegas, LA, Miami, Ohio, Kentucky, whatever. Actually see the behind the scenes process. Which is fun. I love showing behind the scenes. I think it's fun for y'all to be able to see the work that went into this amazing finished product, right? And that's what I realize. You want to be able to see the work behind this amazing finished product. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll follow the rules, get to my 1,000, and then I can show you guys what I do. That's what makes me happy about this whole thing. Is like, all right, follow the rules, whatever, because I want people to see what I do outside of here. Because people kind of ask like, what exactly I do, and it's kind of complicated. But it's not super duper complicated because the main thing that I do is social media management, but the bigger bulk is more the production assistant on live projects. So like live events. So we have Life After Sports. We have an event coming up in Chicago during All-Star Week. But before that, we have to go to Miami to do an event. And then back to Vegas to do something for the NFL draft. And then Live Out Loud Charity, we have an event in Kentucky in May. And then we have we're going to be doing an event in Ohio next year. And then of course at the studio we have productions. Like we just had a really dope production yesterday. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness. They're shooting a presentation for their holiday party. You know what I'm saying? So there's all these little fun stuff that I want to kind of bring you guys in on so you can kind of see the behind the scenes. So when you see the actual product, you're like, well, damn, this is what it blossomed into. I like that kind of stuff. I think that's the best way to work on my channel, was just think about what would I want to see? What would I want to hear? What would I want to do? What do I focus on? Like for me, I watch fun stuff. Like I watch cake decorating, and I watch Leo do strawberry shots. Leo Linus Queens, because her strawberry collection is so phenomenal. OMG. Like what? Yes. And then I watch Mac does it. He has a bunch of crazy little fun stuff. Sometimes I watch Lovely T, Impressive. Like these are the bigger content creators, but the reason I go back to their channels is because they give me something that's fun and memorable. Goddess has one live she did that just has me on the floor all the time. Dree has amazing tips when it comes to skincare. Madam has all the news that you missed, along with commentary. Like that's squad. Of course you have to go watch their stuff, and they're doing so many dope things on this platform. Mature has I love Mature because she has such a fun, unique way to talk about what's going on, but kind of read people, be calm about it, and very sweet, but making sure that you don't get her twisted. Like those are the kind of people that I watch, and Blue Junkie has fun stuff. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that are doing some really dope stuff. Of course, Sean has the most amazing, inspiring lives at times. And sometimes we have fun and go crazy, but some of those lives are just so beautiful and passionate, and they bring you to tears because they're about real people and what they're going through. Because I think the problem that I've seen, not just on here, but just in general when it comes to social media, is that people don't realize that we have real life situations going on outside of here. And when you don't realize or acknowledge that, that's where the problem starts. When you don't realize or acknowledge that people have real life situations that are going on, that's when things can get really tricky. That's when things can get really crazy. That's when things can go wrong. YouTube is a portion of what we do. It's not everything that we do. I think a lot of people forget that. And so when you do forget that, that's where people have issues. That's why people can't grow. Because you can grow in numbers all day long. But there's a difference between growing in numbers and growing as a person. And you can't grow as a person if all you're doing is demeaning people all day long. It just doesn't work. Like, at all. It doesn't make sense. But a lot of people here don't realize that. For whatever reason. They haven't gathered that fact yet. They haven't gotten to that part. It's sad. It's sad that we have gotten to a point where we really don't care about one another the way we should. We've gotten to a point where we focus on what do we have to do, and that's it. The whole purpose of me even doing this live this way was kind of just to make my life easier when it comes to writing this damn book. Because I've been putting it off for a while. I actually had a documentary that I was working on, and I did it for, I finished it for school, and I was gonna add a couple of things so I could release it to the public. I'm gonna go back and kind of look at it and see if there's anything I really want to add. And just kind of at least put it on here, maybe. I think it's like 20 minutes long. I forget how long I made it. I mean, it's really good the way it is. You add a couple little things, but it's really good the way that it is. There's great stories and great energy and all of that. But after I did my mom's memorial, I didn't even fathom the idea of going back to it. I mean, I want to because it's all about African Americans in the beauty industry, in Chicago, specific beauty and fashion in Chicago. So it's gonna be dope. I mean, once I get it together, it can be an award-winning piece. But right now, my heart's just not in it, to be quite honest. Something can be said when you're a small content creator. You don't have to really worry about people trying to talk to you or figure shit out because people aren't really paying attention like that, which makes it so much easier to be able to say whatever the hell you want on here. Shout out to Xana Irving and Felicia Fee for coming through. This thing would have been a hell of a lot shorter. But I was like, we'll go to the hour. We'll go to the hour and keep pushing from there. I guess I might go live tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. It's only 2. We'll see what we're gonna do. But I think a lot of people kind of get it twisted when it comes to social media in general. They focus so much on the clicks and the views. It's not just about that. If you can build a relationship with your clients, if you can build a relationship with your audience and make a difference, that's what matters for real. What people don't get is how important it is to take your relationships beyond social media, because that's where the difference will be. When you take your relationship beyond social media, that's where you are going to have an impact. I can tell you all day long what I've done on here, but if I went down the list of what I've done offline, it held me in shock. But that's because everything that I said was experiences that I went through. Every speech that I've done has been based off an experience that I had. Every speech that I've ever made was based off of my true feelings. Don't get it twisted. They had to be tapered and cut down and kind of, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read one of my speeches when I come back on tonight. My old school speeches. Yep, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna get these daggone watch hours, child. Yeah, I have no idea. Because apparently the live streams count as watch hours. Fine, whatever. Do what it do. Follow the rules, do what you need to do. All of that. All that. I think a lot of people will finally get to the point where they get it. I to phrase that. I hope a lot of people will finally get to the point where they just get it and understand how dope they could be. Just focus on content. Just focus on content. Focus on just doing dope shit. Let the numbers come. Just focus on doing dope shit, and the numbers will come. But if you sit up here and you're kind of just like, okay, well, maybe we can do it this way, and maybe we can do it that way, but every single thing that you're doing is to harm someone else. You're doing a disservice to yourself and to whoever you want to follow and support. Yeah, this isn't going to be one of those like, oh my god, super crazy lives. This wasn't intended for that. I don't really do those. Sorry. Not like super exciting right now. I just don't really need to do it just to get out the freaking way. Again, I have a goal. I have shit to do. Y'all can look at other stuff to actually get fun content. And this is strictly so I could. I'm writing this book, and I need to make sure that I'm doing what I need to. God damn it! Hold on. And then make sure that I'm compliant in what YouTube wants. Because again, I want my freaking or I need my gotta get those darn watch hours and things. Y'all see that? I'd rather be having be at an event and not have to do all this extra stuff. I'm just saying. I mean, I'll just throw you guys on when I'm like beating or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I gotta figure that out because I have to have the desktop and figure out what my hand's gonna be. Oh, yeah. And the YouTube to get this together. This is so crazy. But I'll be getting another Archon mount soon. Probably like the one that Leo has, so I can have you guys actually watch me do jewelry too. So. And I've never done jewelry live before, mainly because, well, frankly, if something doesn't act right, like a beat doesn't act right, no, those usually aren't kid-friendly situations. So I just hadn't really done lives before because of that. But I'm gonna just put Venture. I think I'll probably put the title. This may not be for kids, and we'll see if we'll see how the live goes, and then I can always edit it later. So no worries. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. Just going live and doing my thing. Do what I need to do. What the heck is this? Because what I don't want to do is just be like, oh, let's just sit up here and just let the screen go black. And for what? I don't. And let's have a silent networking party. For real, I don't get that stuff. I'm not that person. If I'm going live, I have to be talking. So, or if I'm not talking, at least having something going. Like, I think I might even start just doing this, but having like the music behind it or something. We'll see. I have a bunch of dope independent artists. So I actually might start doing that. So we'll see. Maybe I'll test that tonight and just have like the music in the background and all of that. But again, we will see how it goes and see what happens and all of that. Because I got to figure all of that stuff out. Because I think it's a way. Because I want to say that it's a way to do it where you're able to have your. Actually, wait. I have no one in here. I can play test it now. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let's see something. Let's try something here, you guys. Let's see how this works. That's what I can do. I can play and test stuff. Hold on. Because again, the content's at the beginning of this video. So if you're at this point, awesome. But yeah, content's at the beginning of the video. Testing things now. Hold on, since I'm already live. What am I doing? No, what are we doing? We don't look for that. What, I need the actual, like, where's the damn... Okay, here it is. I need the actual, like, thing. Really? Let's see if we're able to kind of... Hold on. I'm trying to see if we're able to kind of play with this guy. Oh, okay, I was like, what the hell is it saying? Hold on. So what we're gonna do, hold on 1 second. Let's go to, I have a whole, oh wait, I'm in the wrong way. 1 second. Testing some stuff, so let's see how this works. Trying to figure out how to make sure that I'm able to. The question is, can you guys hear me and this at the same time? So, I think the answer is yes, but let's find out. If that's the case, then I can actually hear music in the background. I think we're good. I guess I'll tell you just a little bit so you can get the picture. Tell you about the beforehand, 'cause now you're living firsthand with the after. The things I've seen you just wouldn't believe. What I've been through, the way that I've lived. Going over could have been much worse for me. I don't wish any of it on my worst enemy.
I wasn't born yesterday. Nothing can surprise me. I'm not a fool who won't get shit past me. So if you love me, just be good to me. Don't tell me nothing that I already heard. I just don't have the patience.
It's mixed in the room. Hold on. Hey, I'm testing something. Hello. Hi, person's in the room. Hello. So I'm testing to see if I can have my music in the background. You guys can still hear me. I think that's cool. Of course, there's something dinging in the background. Why are you dinging it? Did I not turn that off? Awesome sauce. So I can have the music going as I'm doing this. That works. Yeah, okay, cool. My voice is loud enough that I can actually have the music in the background. Grand. Shout out to Ashley and Petrie. Well, now since I know that we can do that, I can just kind of chill. And so that's what we'll do. Okay, cool. Because there's always the question of like, can you sit up there and are you able to have the conversation and still have the music going? And how do you not get a copyright strike? Yay! Shout out to having permission to use music from artists. Yeah. Super geeked. Super excited. Hello, person in the bushes. Hi. Yes. So I got some pretty dope artists. So now, okay, cool. So we're gonna have the music in the background. It sounds good because my biggest thing is I don't want to ever have to echo and all that kind of crap. So, yay. Yay for that. Makes my life easier. She. Alright, so we'll have the music in the background as we're doing this. Okay. Cool. Really? That's what we're doing right now? That's what we thought was a good idea? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next song. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Really? Oh, God, I love those freaking YouTube ads. I really need to get YouTube Red. We'll think about that. Maybe that's what my first ever YouTube check is get freaking YouTube Red. This joint is called Should Have Believed You. Ashley and Petrie, yes. Come through, Queen. Yes. I'm just going to run a couple songs now. And then I'm going to come back and kind of just... I think I'm going to run y'all, so... I think I'm going to have this one stop at... 3 missed calls. Yeah, after 3 missed calls, I'll turn it off. And then I'll be back later on, and I'm just going to just do a whole, indie music session or whatever, so you guys can kind of look and see, and make sure that I have the playlist link in the description, so you guys can just go straight to the playlist, and you can use them for yourself. As a matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, I'll do that for the next one. So when I set the stream, I gotta make sure I have the playlist in the link, so you guys can actually go and see the artists for yourself, because each of them goes to their channels and whatnot. So and I can just play DJ. Yay, that'll work. I'm all about looking to figure out how to make things work. Yeah, it's funny. I met Ash. I didn't meet her. I got in person yet, but she's a Boston artist, and we interviewed her on the station, and it was just so dope. Actually, need to reach out to her to interview her for some other stuff because she's just amazing. Just vocals, just incredible. But like to hear her story is just so compelling. Such a beautiful person, and she's been through a lot, but she's gotten through it. She's thriving, doing what she's doing her thing as a musician, doing background vocals for some major artists, an amazing songwriter. That's her end of story. Like I love that track because it just has this energy. Oh my gosh. Like no other. In fact, every single artist that's on this list, I'm actually gonna add a couple more to it. But every artist that's on this list is just cold. Just so cold.
I had several barriers to overcome in going back to school.
Actually, let's change it to. Actually, I'm gonna give you a. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do this instead. Give you a little flavor of Chicago. Really, put a little bit more. All we do is juke. 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 What? I don't dance anymore. All we do is juke. 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 What? Oh, this is you. That's it.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Give me the green that I'm ready to go. I got that paper confetti to blow. Guns are a pistol like Steady and Ho. Now be the dope, it's straight to your nose. Smell what I'm cooking, the real is exposed. They say lady rappers with their we arose. Murder she wrote, Angela Lansbury quote. Drama, hand me a phone. West Coast with a chopper like Jesse James shows. But I'm from the shy, I'm the female D-Rose. I'm done with the verses, I fought with the pros. Rebound with your girl and free throw with the bro. Respect me, Elsa, and your fro. Sing at the top of my lungs, let it go. A queen of my queens, so hand me my throne. I'm damaging shows and ravaging folks. Sometimes I'm a beauty, sometimes I'm a beast. On weekdays I fast, on weekends I feast. On delicate rappers like delicacies. My favorite cuisine, sour MC. So serve me a platter with more recipes. Bring your best batter, I scatter your team. I scatter your thoughts, I shatter your dreams. Night round, peace, infection, scene. Hollywood Heights, my crop is the cream. Make over, take over, I'm every extreme. Don't stay at my ring, go wind up the gleam. Check out my status on Google a Bing. Read all that's listed. You cannot miss it. Humble pop misfit.
Watching this video, I need to get some more Shambhala hearts because that Shambhala heart connector is too fire.
My power suit, my lady danger, my heroine, my dark side.
Shout out to Pinky Ring. So I'll actually let y'all see this later.
Pass me by, I got more speed than a stick shift. I swing my thighs, my hips so loud. I know you wanna get in this, but don't you get it twisted. Off the dome is scripted. I'll chew you up and spit you out without smearing my lipstick. I am the truth, you are like half a settle. I am the stone, you just know I'm a rebel. Biggie my main, but he only my hevel. Love him in lingo, bango, presto. He say he's staying around, I'm the best though. My bravado, staccato, the best flow. Pink bravado, cause I'm so special. Girls are rapping me, Lucy and Nato. Matching lipstick, my booster, so let's go. Macking up in my Mac Milan Mo. Why they do steady prove that they two jets. Larry and Curly and Mo. I'm all about bass, but I'm also about trouble. My music's my cause, but I'm still a rebel. I'm never with Prada, so I'm not the devil. But I can raise hell to infernal level. Mirror broke mirror up on a brick wall. Who is the realest in the list of all? Who wears a dress and go down to the bar? With no glass slippers, but sneakers of all. Colors and patterns, no laces, no flaw. Walk up to the bar and notice the tall. Gas a Long Island, I see with no shrug. There's with a finger and starts up a brawl. Bashing and thrashing with verbal assaults. And mouth like a sailor, but lips like him up. Smashing and crushing with vocal revolt. Run the Impalas, I rise up before. Taste how I spit this. Way that I twist it. Locust my princess. Don't you dismiss this. Don't you do quickly. My crimson. All fired up. My pretty please, my please me. My high tea. My fabulous. My film noir. My double shot. My flesh pop. My hot gossip. Too many try. Pass me by. I got more speed than a stick shift. I swing my thighs. My hips don't lie. I know you wanna get in this, but don't you get it twisted. Off the dome is scripted. I'll chew you up and spit you out without smearing my lipstick. Boss get you drunk, be the coffee to wake you. Cream of the crop, don't let anyone cake you. Easy flow over my verses, will bake you. Like my sick Kobe, Los Angeles Lake. Dribble the riddle like Joker, I fake you. Come back around, go to town and I'll shake you. Go for the layup, you buckle, I'll break you. So get your weight for Wheaties are quick. And really when I wanna spit it fast, I can. Feminist, scripture like damn. I do it for the people checking out the grand dam. For the kids in college cooking ramen with spam. I do it for my city, do it for my fam. I do it for the women, do it for my grams. I do it for the youth dying over land. Like Chief Keef, bang, bang. Dead in the middle of a little lago in Chicago. You sunk to the bottom like I want a cargo. I'm not alone, I'm a ranger, I'm Tonto. My flow timeless right now like Pronto. Stock Colosso, abstract Picasso. Years obscuring, all like a fossil. Shake the dust out. Come to my art show, my verses framed, I'm displaying a hostel. Vengan y vean, pa' que todos crean. Mi cuento lo escribo, pa' que todos lean. La reina del barrio lo tiene al diario en paseo boricua mientras se pasean. I'm multilinguistic, my code is encrypted. If you're masochistic, and as you bear witness, I'll check my lips. My sushi kid, my honey love, my violetta, my fresh Moroccan, my Russian red, my lickable, my Killian, my bombshell, my angel, my sweet and sour. Too many tried, pass me by, I got more seeds than a stick shift. I swing my thighs, my hips don't lie. I know you wanna get in this, but don't you get it twisted. Off the dome is scripted. I'll chew you up and spit you out without smearing my lipstick. But don't you get it twisted. Off the dome is scripted. I'll chew you up and spit you out without smearing my lipstick.
As a matter of fact, watching that, I just thought, shout out to Mac. I actually still got the lipstick, so if like the purple that you've seen me wear is actually that one. Okay, I'm gonna do this last track and then I'm gonna go. So this was a really fun shoot. I actually was on this shoot. But yeah, when she was actually pregnant, it was really fun. Shout out to Chicago's. Shauna Z's. I Be Focused.
I'm already a star, I shine. And what I want, I'll make it mine. Yeah. So if you think that just because I fall, I'm setting it down. Hey yo, catch me as a little lad, trucking just to hold his dream, smoking, dodging raindrops, same block he used to free. All my niggas warriors, survivors of the left for dead. Harbor life in abundance, I'm painted ruby red. These gloomy streets is hazardous, smothered with overtones, cluttered with a broken muzzle, sniffing through the blizzard cold. And I'm sitting home, jotting, venting, mumbling, heart tapped in a portal zone, impending lyrics crumbling.
Yo, 15, Bella fella, used to kick it out the fella. Poetry was always clever, cold weather. I did get up on my face. Instrumental where the snakes used to settle around me, folks. Running through my gateway, bucket heavy metal. Turn my speakers up a level. Trying to escape the devil. Father left me in the rubble, must be for my peers. So I love you, so I love you. Now dropping shots like there's rose petals. This is for my son who died in the womb, would have been a rebel.
Talk to him or walk with him, it's all hood. Freshen up the bill, got him chopping up that rosewood. Blowing past the margin, regardless, we drifting out of space. Life's a living hell, dwelling where the pen is safe. Vivid imagery, flamethrower, the pain's over. As long as I'm spitting that wicked issue can bang over. Slain coded, nurture the streets, murder these beats. Gyroscope is the heart, forever Rexamar Kings, nigga. And the things I've said and done about more than being number one. So if you think that just because I fall, I'm stepping down your road, I'm already a star, I shine. And what I want, I'll make it mine. So if you think that just because I fall, I'm stepping down your road,
We already started. Yeah. I don't never stay down. Word up, I'm right back up. Yeah. Chicago.
Alright, so that's it for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably come back later on this evening, not sure what time. But I actually might share the screen so you guys can actually see all the videos that I'm playing. So, and I have permission from the majority of these. Yeah, I'm like, wait, checking to see. Hold on, I have permission from. Yeah, all the artists that I have on here are friends or people that I know who I've worked with, and yeah, I'm just making sure. But yeah, all of them would not have an issue with me sharing their content, especially since it's literally their videos. So when you click on the link, you can go and see. It goes to all of their specific pages. So you can go and please like and subscribe to all of them because they're pretty dope. And I have this under my indie music playlist. So, which is going to be growing because I'm meeting a lot more dope independent artists. But, yep, awesome sauce. So, I'm going to be back. I might come on camera. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how I feel. But if not, you'll just be listening to music. You guys get Danaya Azure radio. And I'll talk a little bit. We'll jam out. That's how we're going to get the watch hours. Me doing story times and you guys listening to dope independent artists. That works for me. So, all right, y'all. Much love. Bye.